Hello everyone and welcome to episode 30 of the 8BritGameChat. Episode 30! Holy cow. I'm your host Tom Powter, joining me Tom Roach, Adam Bennett, Matt Stevens and Javid Rahman. This is a bit of a special episode because we're saying goodbye to a member of 8BritGame, Tom Roach.
He's been sacked, hasn't he? His contract's
Thanks for your hard work.
We didn't tell him until now.
No, Adam Bennett is disappearing. He's leaving the country, fleeing for purposes he doesn't wish to disclose.
Tax purposes.
On
So you're going to that country. Yeah.
So guys,
France.
Yeah.
Wish me luck.
So guys, for Bennett, look at this face. Subscribe and like the video. Oh Jesus!
Don't do it for Bennett.
Yeah.
Subscribe if you're glad he's going.
Yes. Yeah.
No more Bennett now.
Yeah.
We'll become PewDiePie overnight now.
But yeah, so basically what we're doing is Bennett's going to give us his top 10 games of all time, and we're going to comment on them, scrutinise, and basically shit all over his story.
Yes.
So Bennett.
Okay, so I want to do a couple of sort of disclaimers. Firstly, I want to say this is not what I think are the best games of all time. This is just what my favourites are, what mean the most to me, and I can explain why as we go through them. And also, just to reiterate again, this is not an 8-Brit top 10. This is an Adam Bennett top 10, and I'm sure that'll become painfully clear as we go. And the last thing I want to do before we crack on with the list is I do have a fair few honourable mentions. And these are games that I desperately wanted to get in the top 10, but there's just no room for them.
Is it one game per franchise?
Yeah, that's a good point.
Give us the criteria.
Yes, so yeah, there is only one game per franchise. I do bend that rule a little bit at certain points in the list, but I will be able to explain why I've done it on every occasion.
Alright, fine.
Sure.
Let's get the honourable mentions rolling.
Okay, so the honourable mentions are, so in no particular order, these are just games that I couldn't find any room for in the list. These are...
Please tell me you're not going to do that
every single time, yeah. The Last of Us. Incredible game. I struggle to think of many games that can rival that for a single player, linear narrative. But I suppose that was just the thing, it was such a linear narrative. If I put it up to other games that I felt had great storytelling, there just weren't enough options in The Last of Us to make it really your experience. That's just my thoughts. You know, I think a linear narrative has got some advantages over branching story paths. It can make it more focused, build the characters up a lot more, and definitely Last of Us is a great example of that. But for me, it stays in the honourable mentions pile.
I don't have any beat for that. Not sure you can make my honourable mentions, to be honest. But
Mario Kart 8 is in my honourable mentions because I put so many hours into that game playing with my friends at uni. We had such a great time. I was just about the best Mario Kart player, which was great.
60cc. Was that you? 60cc.
Well,
What's 60cc?
What
is it called?
200cc.
Why do we think we fired you? Mario Kart's terrible, that's why I don't know anything about it.
Okay.
Flashlighting. Quick disclaimer, that is not an 8-Brit gaming. That is my individual opinion.
Mario Kart 8. But it's not on the top 10 just because, once again, the meat isn't there. If I sit down with it, I can't really play a single player once you've done every cup and got gold and unlocked everything. There's not much more there. It's not a great deal more than 10 hours gameplay, to be honest, single player, even with the DLC expansions.
Yeah, that's fair.
can that game not make it on your list though purely on its multiplayer merit?
No, because
then it's impossible for a game like Mario Kart, surely.
yes,
Damn.
to get onto my
Brutal.
personal top
That's
10.
fair. No, that's fair.
Adam is a hard-hitting gentleman.
Halo 3 and Halo Reach are both on my honourable mentions. And these Halo 3 in particular was a game I wanted desperately. It's not the one I most wanted to fit in to my top 10, but it's one that I so wanted to put it in there, but just there's no space. There is no space on the list.
Oh, you better have some good fun.
Halo 3 is
Because these
Halo
are some
3,
great
Halo 3.
But yeah, we move on to the one that I really had. There was this and one other that I was just staring at, trying to work out which one to cross off, and that one's Metroid Prime. Because for me, Metroid Prime on the GameCube was just it was actually kind of, as a sort of born and bred Nintendo kid, it was actually one of the first FPS games that I played, which I know makes it that's a very personal experience and far from normal for most gamers of my age.
Where you kind of like, where the fuck's the rest of my character?
Yeah.
It's broken.
Where's the mushroom?
Yeah.
But yeah, I just think it was such a cinematic game, and I was actually saying to these guys before the game, it's honestly, if you have access to a copy of Metroid Prime, go back and play it. And if it weren't for that Nintendo logo coming up at the start of the game, I'm sure you would have no way to know it was published by Nintendo, because it's just so cinematic. It's so the story is so.
Retro did such an amazing job.
Yeah.
Go on the Wii U eStore and buy the virtual console.
Just to remember, I mean, a lot of people are saying, "Oh, Wii U, that Nintendo had this with the GameCube, this kind of sluggish." No, the GameCube has incredible games.
Yeah, it is.
The Wii U's got a few. The GameCube's got an absolute library of 10 out of 10s.
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
Final honourable mention?
No, there's two more, but I'll be very brief. One is Football Manager, just sheer hours that I put into that game. I wouldn't give it any more than a 7 out of 10.
No, but you can seek hundreds of hours.
Just my life.
Thousands.
Yeah, thousands. Over every copy of the game I've had. Definitely of some thousands of hours.
I just thought that'd be in the top 10.
Well, what does that say about the top 10?
Shit. Every game is better than Football Manager in the top 10. So,
That's great deduction.
Yeah. And the final one
it's not hard to
is what? Sorry, fucking what?
No. Don't worry. Carry on. Go on.
He's been sacked, you can ignore it.
Gears of War. The original Gears of War.
The pain on your face.
That'd be a good top 10.
The reason it makes you... No, you're going to be livid. The reason Gears of War gets on the honourable mention list is because it actually is the game that persuaded me finally to take a peek outside of the Nintendo bubble, just with those adverts that had Mad World in the background. And then Tom got it and basically peer pressured me.
Honestly, that was the first game.
Gears 2 was the same for me. They both peer pressured me into getting an Xbox 360 and Gears.
Well, maybe you should be so weak-willed then.
Maybe we should, because otherwise we wouldn't have experienced Gears.
The first time I saw that game, that was the first time I was like, is this what next gen feels like?
Same. Yeah, the graphics were just... That was the first time when... Because my dad always used to do this thing, whenever an advert for a video game came on TV, he'd be like, you know that's not what it's going to look like, aren't you? And that was the first time I was able to turn around to him and be like, oh yeah? I'm actually playing the game. And it did. It looked exactly like it did in the trailers. It was phenomenal.
Before you start the actual top 10 then, can I just ask, who do you think is your top 10 the most closest to Alanda's room? And we'll see.
Say that again.
Your top 10? Who do you think is the closest to? So who would have a
similar top 10?
Similar,
without a doubt, you.
Right.
If you had played them.
He might have played them and tried to train them in.
Yeah. Basically, it's one of Nintendo games.
I think there are a lot of Nintendo games, but I do think it's a very varied.
There's 9 of them.
Yeah. Number 10.
We're going to get some fancy editing there, remember?
Can you do a boom on my voice?
I'll tell you what, if you want to...
Every time you say a number, he says right now, literally like this, number 10.
You have to just go, fantastic.
With the clap as well.
No one's going to get that reference. Right. Number 10. Cabbage. Number 10. Sorry, were you about to say something?
I was going to say, given that the only people watch the last one around this table, they will get the reference.
That's true. Right. Please. Number 10. Pokemon Soul Silver version.
Good choice.
Released in 2010 on the Nintendo DS. Pokemon Soul Silver and Heart Gold together sold 12.7 million copies. I couldn't get the breakdown for the individual games.
But if the rest of the list is going to be a solid.
And the reason Pokemon, so I am applying my only one from the franchise rule here, and the reason Soul Silver takes the biscuit in Pokemon games for me is Pokemon has just been just forget about my video gaming experiences. It was just such a massive part of my childhood with the anime and the Pokemon cards as well. And Soul Silver really epitomises that, because it is a lot of what draws me to Pokemon now is nostalgia. Because they are not fucking doing it.
Pokemon Go.
Yeah, I have seen Pokemon
Crazy.
Go. Yeah, well, we'll see.
Yeah.
It could literally be crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, the reason that what draws me to Soul Silver is I think it's one of the best presented Pokemon games. The Pokemon walks behind you. It's not a make or break feature that your Pokemon walks behind you, but it's very cool. And especially when you catch a legendary and you realise how massive they are walking behind you. It's just lovely. It's a nice little thing. And like little touches, like Krabby walks sideways behind you.
Yeah.
Really, like a load of detail put into that, really lovingly made. And they were actually my favourite Pokemon games anyway, Gold and Silver. And then the remake, it added so much. It added the sort of the battles you can have with your rival afterwards, after you beat the Elite Four the first time. Doing them the second time, they didn't have that in the originals. And obviously the climactic battle with Red on top of that.
Crazy.
Silver. Just perfect.
Gold and Silver just added so much in general, like day and night cycle, time
I used
things,
to love
calling
that,
people, going back to Kanto and done all that sort of thing.
Proper ways of actually battling.
Yeah.
That's number 10.
Interesting, because
Should have been
I really
higher.
like commenting on the games now.
Yeah.
Soul Silver is the Pokemon game I would have chosen as well for my top 10 if there was going to be one in there.
I've
Very
played
closely,
it.
very closely followed by one of the Gen 3 ones.
Mine would have been Sapphire.
And probably Emerald,
See, mine would have been blue.
Have you got
easily?
Gen 3 remakes?
No, I haven't got the remakes either. But I sunk hundreds of hours into just Sapphire. So for me, that's where it'd be at.
But I actually still think Soul Silver is the best Pokemon game. I think it's the best made, it's got all the best stuff in it, it's got Lugia on the box art, I mean, nothing doesn't put
To be fair, the ironic thing is, if you got Heart Gold, you'd actually be able to catch Lugia at a higher level than you do in Soul Silver.
I love that Heart Gold. The
Heart
only
Gold
reason I
was
got
great.
Heart Gold is because my brother wanted Soul Silver, Silver originally. So.
I actually think that other than the legendary thing, Heart Gold has got their exclusive Pokemon. But anyway, then we don't need to go into that much detail.
Yeah.
Right, number 9, Fire Emblem and the Sacred
That was
Stones.
considerably less dramatic than your own, I'll be honest.
Okay, do you want to go over it again?
Number 9! Yes!
Number 9!
For number 1, you've got to do an epic.
Yeah, I will. I'll be chucking these up in the air.
Yeah.
Please don't. They cost money.
Just get up and be like, number 1!
Number 9, Fire Emblem and the Sacred Stones, not Fire Emblem Awakening. And Fire Emblem Awakening should really be on the honourable mentions list because it actually is such a great game.
Yeah, really.
Sacred Stones, 2005, it was released for Game Boy Advance, developed by Intelligent Systems, and it actually sold only 890,000 copies. However, it is the most owned Fire Emblem game in existence. How is this possible?
A lot of ones.
No, it's the 3DS Ambassador Program.
Oh yeah.
I thought it was people like you who would try and give it away as some kind of...
We can't talk about that. The 3DS Ambassador Program, 3 million 3DSs got that.
That's how I got it.
And I think actually Sacred Stones is a pretty perfect starting point for any... It was my starting point for any new Fire Emblem players. It's really accessible, but there's so much depth. And also the reason I love it, there's two reasons I love it more than Awakening. One is the nostalgia thing. Yeah, it was the first Fire Emblem game I played. But two, you have so much more control over the way your characters level up in Sacred Stones than you do in Awakening because of the Tower of Valny missions that you can do, where if you're an absolute sado, you can always predict what enemies you're going to come up against. You can predict who you're going to fight, who you're going to get up to that level 20 first, rather than progressing through a story where the enemies tend to be tougher and there's a lot more unpredictability about it.
Cool.
That's why I prefer Sacred Stones.
It's another game I've not actually played.
That's going to be a recurring theme throughout this top 10 list. Number 8. What do you think?
Yeah, that's good.
Nailed that.
Age of Empires 2.
No, you're allowed that.
The Age of Kings.
Yeah, cool.
Great game.
I've played that.
Oh! Released in 1999 on the PC, developed by Ensemble Studios with sales of £2 million. £2 million. It was expensive. 2 million copies sold. And this was another absolute cornerstone of my sort of early teenage years, because it was a great game before I discovered the map editor. And then it was no longer a game. it was my life. Like, I'll be at school thinking about how to at what angle a waterway should be going through.
You really shouldn't get Mario Maker.
Yeah, thinking about what way a waterway would go through a certain area. And I had a friend called Stephen, and me and him used to build these maps in map.
Was he a little person on your?
Yeah, he wasn't real. we used to build these maps in map editor that we'd try and beat each other at. My God, it was such a good game.
Did Stephen, while you were at school, and you were like trying to in Mr. Crawler's maths class, and you were like trying to focus on the work, you sort of appear on your shoulder and go, "Hey Bennett, thinking about Age of Empires." Like, Stephen, I'm trying to pass this.
That's actually
Bennett, just a dude.
I'll say that's actually
He's giving you another A3 sheet, man.
No, yeah, that's actually a game that we went back to.
Yeah, because they did an HD remake.
Yeah,
which I was just about to go on to, because one of the great tragedies of my life is that I own a Mac and I'm unable to
So you
play
can't
the
play
HD
it, yeah.
remake.
Oh, what a shame.
It's so good.
We'll
Is
play
it
it for you.
Yeah.
I'll be able to play it on Xbox One, surely.
At some point.
Yeah, possibly. But the controls will be horrible.
God, I love my Xbox One.
Doesn't stop me playing Jet Force Gemini.
It's true.
Well, yeah.
I played it again. It's fucking shit. Number 7, Jet Force Gemini.
Really?
No. It is actually a really good game, but it's not number 7. Number 7.
It's getting bad.
Paper Mario and the Thousand Year Door.
Interesting.
GameCube, another 10 out of 10 GameCube game.
Wait a second, Adam told you played this one.
You sure you played Age of Empires?
You lent me Paper Mario once.
Which one?
One of them.
Might have been the Wii one.
Yeah, and I never played it.
Yeah, it wasn't. Wii one was
Paper Mario.
It was good. It was good.
The Wii one's the only one I
3D
played.
was cool.
Yeah. Paper Mario Thousand Year Door is the sequel to the original Paper Mario. Eurogamer welcomed the whimsical storyline, saying it's closer to Finding Nemo than Final Fantasy, which is very much a compliment. And I should say as well, if anyone hasn't played Paper Mario, it's a very RPG focused, but there are action elements in the combat. And actually one of the most memorable things about the game is that in every so it does a classic JRPG thing, you encounter an enemy, it goes into the battle screen, but in this battle screen it's taking state, because it's very much a stylistic game, not a very realistic game at all. And the battle scene is like you're on this theatre, you're on a stage, and there's an audience. And like one of the things you can do is the better you are, the more the audience likes you. You might get a little helping hand from the audience or a little item chucked at you. And equally, if you do badly, they can turn. Kind of like Guitar Hero,
Less
mixed
creepy.
with less creepy than the new Guitar Hero. But yeah, it was really, really memorable game, and the script was brilliant. I really loved the way those games are written. They were funny, the characters are the best out of any Mario game. You can tell it's not developed by Nintendo because the characters are really solid.
Paper Mario has such an incredible art direction. The games are so amazing.
Yeah. So yeah, that's my number 7.
Good choice.
Number 6. The Witcher 3.
Okay.
Wild Hunt. Released in 2015 for Xbox One, PS4 and PC, developed by CD Projekt Red, and I haven't put the sales in yet because it's probably too early to say. But it sold very well.
It's already over 6 million.
Yeah.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but haven't you already said before on one of these?
Yes, that was actually another disclaimer that I wanted to make. Forget, because I've said that many games are my favourite game of all time. Forget it. This list is the result of literally days of my reflection.
So whenever you
Research.
say, in the future, whenever you say this is the best game of all time, we'll refer you to this video.
The Witcher 3,
No, these are
whenever
the
he says The
best
Witcher
games
3
of
is his
all time.
favourite game of all time,
These are
it's
his
recently.
Yeah.
Witcher 3. So, actually, a fact about Witcher 3 that I didn't know is that it got a 10 out of 10 from GameSpot, which actually made it only the 9th game ever to receive that award from GameSpot.
Yeah.
So I didn't know they were so stingy with their 10s. But
They do good reviews over against that.
fully deserved. I'm going to have to, me and Tom will never agree on it, but I just think it's such a
Yeah, I
it's
agree.
so good. I really love the combat system. It's actually, it is the manifestation of what I always wanted sword play in video games to
Yeah, I
be
definitely
like.
agree with that.
How you can, when you block someone, if you hit the block just in time, you can counter them, and the way that the game is built, you are forced to explore every possible style of combat, which is the best way of doing it, because if, like me, the first time you play through the game, yes, of many, you have it on the base difficulty because I just wanted to know the story, and you can probably get through it just by doing quick attack, but going back on it, the way the game is meant to be played, the combat is just fantastic. I really love it. The story, well, all the stories. There's so many stories in that game. The ones that are scripted, the ones you make yourself, the main story, all the branching stuff. The only negative I would possibly give that game is what is becoming a common trend in games that are coming out, is that it's shows way too much of the women. Like, it's really, I'm not just saying it to be a lefty so and so, but I really find it off-putting when it was the tipping point for me was when they released Triss Merigold's new alternative outfit, and you just see so much of her boobs. It's just like, if I want to see that, I'll go on DeviantArt. I'll look at what Tom's been seeing on DeviantArt.
Just going to Tom's favourite horror.
Yeah. But it's not. I find it actually, it's really good when it gets shoved in your face. It's just like, oh. And I don't know. It makes me think that the game thinks that I need to see boobs in order to be enjoying this. Really, this game can do with boobs.
Don't you think this empowers female gamers?
No. In what way does it empower female gamers?
Well,
Solid argument.
Well, it's an odd place.
Tom, have you played this game?
Good
I
point.
played The Witcher.
Yeah, you hate it, didn't you?
Yeah, it's disgraceful.
Despite all the boob.
It looks
Couldn't
great.
say.
Yeah, see, it looks great, you hear it.
No, the visuals amazing. The weather, the trees.
Yeah, the way the sun shines.
The game
the
looks
armour.
amazing, yeah.
But some of the gameplay, so the story's great. I prefer playing as Ciri, but she's OP.
She's OP.
Geralt's just a miserable bastard.
But actually, just going back on the whole my point about sexism, despite that, I wouldn't accuse The Witcher 3 of actual sexism, because the female characters in it are really...
They're still strong characters.
Yeah, they're brilliant.
Yeah.
And a lot of them are better to relate to and understand than the male characters. And they've all got their own goals and stuff like that, which is more than you can say for most AAA games. So yeah, absolutely, I absolutely love The Witcher 3, and over time it could rise on my top 10 games of all time. But I've still got so much more to see in doing it.
Just like this list, so.
Yeah. Number 5, Super Mario World for the SNES.
Okay.
The first.
You've had 2 Mario games. Is this one of the things?
No, I haven't. Oh,
Paper
Paper
Mario
Mario.
is a different franchise.
Yeah, and it's developed by a different company
Oh,
as
I
well.
didn't know that.
Yeah.
You learn something every day. Yeah.
Have you played Super Mario World?
Which one?
Super Mario World.
Don't know.
Right.
They're all called that, aren't they? They're all.
Yeah, they're all called the same name. Yeah.
That's all.
That's
It's
not-
not like.
Well, in fairness, they either have a new or a 3D,
Yeah,
or
3D.
something
Yeah,
like
that's
that.
true. That's true. Lately, Nintendo have been absolutely shit, but it didn't used to be the case.
Yeah.
Super Mario World was actually the first video game I ever played, and it was bestowed upon me by my dad. And it's actually the highest selling game on this list. But that's a false figure because it was bundled with every SNES. So it's kind of like the Wii Sports of its generation. So 20...
But better. Much
Much
better.
better, yeah. So 20.6 million, developed by Nintendo EAD, came out in 1992.
Oh, those geniuses at Nintendo.
Our geniuses. And they introduced Yoshi in that game as well. It was the debut of Yoshi.
Yeah.
And there's so many memories for me in that game, so many secrets to uncover in various levels. And I look back at it now and it's nowhere near as good as some of the 3D Mario games, but there's a lot of magic in there still. And for the time, I think it was probably quite boundary pushing.
Yeah.
It's funny that you should mention this game actually, like, because not just last night I decided to buy it on the Virtual Console.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Terrible, because the way they ported it to the Wii U, I made this point before, but it stands to be repeated. it's so shit the way they port these Mario games to the Wii U, because one of the best things about the old Mario games, and the new ones, but particularly the old ones, is how much of a joy Mario is to control, and how he's absolutely responsive to everything. And if you own a Wii U, which of course you fucking don't, but if you do, pick up a Wii U gamepad and pick up, I don't know, any other Nintendo console and just give it a shake. When you shake the Wii U gamepad, the buttons are flying everywhere. They're rattling around, but if you shake another console, it's really tight. Or any other console's controller. Shake it, it's really tight. And that is such a shame, because it really lets down those older games. They did a great job on 3D World, that is responsive and fine. But for the ports of the older games, they really suffer.
Yeah, that's very bad.
Yeah.
Did you hear that, guys? That's terrible.
Yeah.
I don't believe you. Fucking hell.
Yeah, it's not good. That button is just, God, it's so loose. It's just such a shame, because they're absolute classics. The Virtual Console's got such potential, but it's not the first time that Nintendo software has been let down by its hardware, so let's all move on, shall we?
Mm-hmm.
Number 4! I'm in the top 4 now.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
Well, when we get to the top 3, maybe.
The Legend of Zelda, The Wind Waker.
Good choice.
We all knew Wind Waker was going to be my Zelda game of choice.
Yeah.
Developed by Nintendo EAD.
Again.
Sales of just 4.43 million.
That's pretty good, to be fair.
Well, that's with the Wii U one included.
Oh.
That's not also good.
The Wii U one they gave away for free to loads of people as well.
Yeah.
Oh, not sure.
Does that count as sales,
I don't know. My research was shit.
Mm-hmm.
Released in 2002 for the GameCube. Game Informer went a bit more over the top than I did, describing it as the video game event of a lifetime.
Wow.
If you like sailing.
There was, and just I've written a bit about the art. There was such a controversy about the art style.
Yeah.
It won awards for excellence in visual arts and outstanding achievement in art direction. It did not sell as well as Nintendo hoped, with Aonuma commenting in 2007 that he was convinced the reason Wind Waker did not perform well was because of the tune-shaded graphics. It was something you either loved or hated, and there was nothing we could do about it. He decided the only thing we could do was give the North American market the game they wanted, which led to the creation of Twilight Princess. So cheers, America. Robbed us of Wind Waker 2.
I think the Wind Waker art style is incredible.
I absolutely love it. It is pretty much my favourite. I mean, again, it's my favourite Zelda, so...
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, good.
I just like this different. They chose to make this completely.
Yes, I mean, Wind Waker was one of those games, and I heard I was so hyped when they were redoing it in HD. I got the Wind Waker bundle Wii U, and I got a cool gamepad with it as well.
Is that all the gold?
Yeah, it's cool.
You told me about a bit in the game where Link has emotion on his face.
I don't get this. He's got emotion on his face the whole way through the game.
Yeah, but you
In
said,
Wind Waker.
Yeah.
But you said there's a moment where you're like, oh, there's so much character. But...
It's when he's. I was kind of joking.
Oh,
it was when
so you lied.
it was when he.
No, he was joking.
Yeah.
Never go see a stand-up comedian.
Are you calling yourself a stand-up?
Yeah, a stand-up guy. The scene I was talking about was outside the Forsaken Fortress when they put him in that barrel and he's going. It was like so stupid, but they did actually give him quite a lot of character. And he's got, not only has he got more character than most other Links in my view, he's also got more likeable character.
Yeah, I think
because
so
the Link in Ocarina of Time, he's such a dude. What's he really get? At least in Wind Waker, you were getting your sister back, and that's how you got sucked into this whole adventure.
That reminds me, another bit of really good emotion on Link in Wind Waker is when you save your sister, but then there's the inevitable showdown with the Helmara King, and the music's like dun 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 dun. Link just kind of goes. Looking up, he's ready for the fight of a life. It's like this big as well. It's so good. It's so good.
But yeah, just to rattle through some of the music, the final battle against Ganondorf.
I love the boss fights in general.
The best final battle in any Zelda game. And you can come into my house, you can harass me, you can torture me. I'm still going to say that because I know that you love
I'm going to completely agree with that as well.
It's such just 10 out of 10 gold.
I think so as well.
Yeah. So
Top 3. Then.
top 3
Ooh.
got lots of
That
live
time.
up to.
That's gonna be interesting.
Lots of live up to in the top 3.
If you made it this far, welcome to the live.
So this is where I've started writing quite a bit of stuff down.
Oh, bloody hell.
It's juicy.
I feel
He doesn't actually know what came third, do you?
Number 3, Chrono Trigger.
Yep.
Released in 1995 for the Super Nintendo Entertainment System. Sales of 3 million. Chrono Trigger was developed by 3 designers, Square dubbed the Dream Team. Hibonori Sakagachi, creator of Final Fantasy. Yuri Horii, creator of Dragon Quest. And Akira Toriyama, manga artist famed for Dragon Ball Z.
How many times did you practice that?
None.
In your bedroom?
No! I read it out. Chrono Trigger is placed highly on all 5 of IGN's top 100 games of all time list. 4th in 2002, 6th in 2005, 2nd in 2006, dropped to 18th in 2007, but back up to 2nd in 2008. Some quotes about Chrono Trigger from review outlets. Chrono Trigger is a masterclass.
We're gonna get this all top 3.
Chrono Trigger is a masterclass in RPG design. Its execution so far beyond the quality of contemporary RPGs is embarrassing, Eurogamer. Never mind video gaming, Chrono Trigger is one of the great examples of storytelling in any medium, D-Pad magazine. And I've never heard of them, but I guess media was a bit different in 1995.
You went out of business after that Chrono Trigger.
Yeah. But I go on about Chrono Trigger way more than I should. It's
So number 2 then.
it's incredible. You should go play it. You can just cut this.
It's kind of going
I
into
played-
Chrono Trigger haze. We need to wait.
I played about 2 minutes of it.
No, I got 7. I got
Best
12
2
minutes.
minutes of your life.
No,
Fucking
really. Kevin.
Number 2.
Ooh, that's a
That
subdued
was-
number
yeah.
2. Yeah. What's number 2 going to be
I'll
like?
do it again. Number 2, guys.
Jesus
I'm
Christ.
definitely playing that.
The Elder Scrolls.
Online.
Yeah. 4. It's got to be 4.
Oh,
Yeah. It's got to be 4.
Oblivion.
Couldn't be anything
Yeah, I
else.
was going to.
So you hate
Well, it could be
Skyrim, is that?
I'll let, in fact, I'll let Tom talk about the effect this game had on my life.
Yeah.
Because
well,
I think you sort of bore witness to it from an outside. I was just amazed.
when I first got my 360, this is April 2007. I was like, and after I'd shown you Gears of War, I was like, Bennett, I've got this game called Oblivion, and I think you might be interested.
You were like obsessed with it for 48
I really
hours.
liked it. Well, I do still really like the game, but nothing like you, obviously. And I was like, this game is fucking amazing. You can do whatever you like. And you were like, yeah, in the way you do.
Yeah,
And then I think I can't remember if I lent it to you or something like that. And then,
no, I found it really cheap.
And you were like, I think you came in the next day and you were like, it's just fucking a dungeon. I can't get out of this dungeon. I was like, Bennett, when you get out of the dungeon, you'll see. And then you came in like,
It was incredible. I once spent. I was off school sick. I spent 16 hours lying in bed playing Oblivion.
You spent 12 hours sitting in my room playing Oblivion.
Not till we get 150 subscribers.
Yeah, that hasn't happened yet.
Yeah, it's above Skyrim, not because I think it's a better game, but there's parts of it that make it a better experience for me. I loved how each town had its own personality, and yeah, they do in Skyrim, but it
I
really.
personally enjoy the world in Oblivion more than I did in Skyrim.
I find it's a lot more colourful.
Yeah, it is.
It's a lot
There's a lot,
brighter.
the cities are a lot bigger as well. Like there's someone, I saw this meme that points out Skyrim is set like 800 years after Oblivion, and you look at like Falkreath, it's fucking wooden huts. And then you got the Imperial City, you got Skingrad, Anvil, they're all like stone buildings.
Yeah.
As you were saying, the same thing happened to me because you told me about Oblivion. I bought it, and I came in, and I went, it's shit. I'm stuck in the fucking cave. And you said, okay, there's a door, let's go through that. And then the minute you get out of the dungeon,
I just feel like there's so many stories associated with Oblivion. Like, you know, killing your first person, then it comes up with the Dark Brotherhood message.
Yeah.
It says. And then you go to sleep and Lucian Lestrange is there.
Lucian Lestrange.
Chance Lestrange is Harry Potter, that's right.
Yeah.
Chance, that's right. And then he's like, oh yeah, do all this. And then you get the Dark Brotherhood. Then you meet the guys around the back of the waterfront for the Thieves Guild at night, and it's like, yeah, this is cool.
Yeah, it's absolute. What I mean, what memories to me? It couldn't fail to have a lot of memories just because I put so many hours into it. Makes Football Manager look like what Matt did with Chrono Trigger. how many hours I put into Oblivion.
Pretty much.
I was just... and so I made so many different characters to explore different... I really like the way... I appreciate what they do in Skyrim, and I know how a lot of people think it's a better system, but I really like the level up system in Oblivion as well, where you can choose what skills you specialised in. And for me that helps it actually be easier to immerse yourself in that character role. Like, this character's a mage, this character's a stealth guy, he does stealth things. Absolutely love it. And I'll be buried with it. When I die. When I die, I'll be buried with it.
Well, he's going to France, so...
Yeah.
Are you going to take it with you?
Just in case.
Interesting.
Just in case.
Number one! Yeah, I'm not going to do...
camera is like this.
I'm not going to do another one, so you're going to have to stick with it.
I thought you were going to do...
That was shit.
Number one!
That keep it.
It's going to be good.
Oh.
Surely you all know what.
No.
I'll be honest.
I
thought it was going to be Oblivion.
I have a feeling deep inside that it's going to be one of my favourite games of all time as well.
Blood Bowl.
No, it's not
Blood Bowl.
I've never played it.
I'm not sure which of them, but it's of this franchise in my head.
I think I know which one it is out of the franchise.
I think I do as well, but
I'm not sure.
A lot of murmuring in the room.
Is it
Anticipation. You guess, that's fine.
Is it Galaxy?
Da 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 da.
I'll give it that could easily be my top as well.
Okay,
Super
so
Mario
between that and
Galaxy.
another one.
explain the...
Super Mario Galaxy takes the biscuit.
You
2007
played Mario
was
Galaxy?
released.
I've not played it.
Oh, you're missing out. Jesus Christ.
But why did I give Nintendo money?
Because Mario Galaxy is a master.
you've got a Wii U as you've already shown.
You've got me money. Anyway, go on.
Released in 2007 for the Wii, developed by EAD Tokyo. It won. I didn't actually realise how celebrated this game was until I did the research. Won BAFTA for the best game, beating Call of Duty 4, Fallout 3, Fable 2, and Grand Theft Auto 4.
Yeah,
year.
It was a good year, to be fair.
Yeah. Critical acclaim. I'll just read out some of the quotes about it. Raises the bar in terms of what games can achieve. An absolute must-own experience, one of the greatest platformers ever made. If there was ever a must-own game, Super Mario Galaxy is it. Yeah. It innovates in a genre... This is not all the same review, I'm telling you. It innovates in a genre we thought we'd seen everything from, and in doing so delivers some of the most entertaining gameplay to date. Just when you think Nintendo is out of ideas, you're blasted off to a world that's even crazier and more creative than the last.
Yeah.
It won Game of the Year from IGN, GameSpot, Edge, Game Trailers and Yahoo Games, and it actually won Game of the Generation from IGN and Eurogamer.
Deservedly so.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
And which actually, after I only did that research after I decided that it was my number one. It made me feel very unoriginal and boring for picking it as my number one. But good to know that I'm not insane.
Yeah.
You're definitely not.
It is so perfect.
It is, yeah. I actually would use the word perfect about it. Because, okay, what does perfect mean? Because it's not like if it could get an HD re-release and maybe that'd make it better.
Why doesn't it have an HD re-release?
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
Because it would be the controls would be shit because it'd be on a Wii U controller.
Because they let you
use the Wii.
thingies.
Of course, yeah, they would. Yeah.
Perfect is a personal
Relative
thing.
It was just such a subtle but clever use of the Wii remote.
Yeah, the way you go into the launch star and it fires you across these worlds,
Amazing.
the way you can just jump from one to another, it is so...
360
It's one of the
rotation around the
genius
world.
of it, is you look at it and you think, yes, that is the natural evolution of platforming.
Yeah.
But no one did it before.
Yeah. Good Egg Galaxy, the first one,
Yeah.
when you go onto the castle bit at the beginning. The thing is, I can remember the game so well. That's just, and you like long jump off the castle, and instead of falling to your death, he just goes
Even the way,
back up to the thing. It's like, that's fucking amazing.
Even the way it worked with the Wiimote, I remember to do the long jump, you'd hold down the trigger on the nunchuck, and then you'd release it to jump forward. It's genius. Like that is such an intuitive way of controlling the spin. The shape the thing for the spin attack.
That was the game that made me realise, hold on, this actually works.
Yeah.
It's like a control system.
Rather than, like, for example, Super Paper Mario, that you just held it sideways.
Or bloody Red Steel.
Yeah.
It's like,
Oh god.
yeah, that was terrible. Super Mario Galaxy is my favourite game of all time, and I'm far from alone in that view by the looks of the awards it's won. But just and another game. How can I not talk about the music? The music in that game is just one. I use the word perfect again because the way the orchestra rises and falls, like that's art. That is art. If there's anyone out there in the world who thinks video games are not art, they haven't played Super Mario Galaxy. They probably haven't played any video games, to be honest. But that is,
it's incredible.
It's an absolute. It is. I think actually all of the games on that list and a lot of my honourable mentions I would use the word masterpiece for. But Super Mario Galaxy would be the masterpiece that is in the centre of my museum of masterpieces.
Yeah.
It takes the building blocks of what games originally sort of were, or modern video gaming as we know it, that kind of, you play as a character, you jump from thing to thing, like that is an absolute basic video gaming lore. Like that's where a lot of what we play today comes from.
Yeah.
It's built on that. It's not, and no one's improved on it since in terms of platforming games.
I don't think anyone will be able to recreate something similar to.
But that was the thing. Before Mario Galaxy came out, we'd have been sat here saying they'll never be able to improve on Mario 64.
Yeah,
I guess.
Yeah, but they did. And that's why every E3 I sit there and I think, yeah, they can do it. Yeah. They've got the potential. And every year they prove me wrong.
Yeah.
Is that what you think for your top 10?
Seriously though.
Yeah.
What's the name of the junk galaxy? The
Space Junk Galaxy.
Space Junk. That's
the music. The music.
Yeah. Oh my god. Yeah. And the thing is, there's something new in every galaxy as well.
Yeah.
It's like even if it's even the most subtle of mechanics. Like I think it was Space Junk when you have to kind of just walk forward and the platforms all jump in front of you.
Yeah, that is Space Junk Galaxy. Yeah.
And you play Mario Galaxy.
Yeah, I need to play it again as well.
Buy it on the Wii Virtual Console.
Mario Galaxy 2, that is.
How is it?
Yeah.
That's why everyone thought they might do an HD of 1 because they hadn't brought it out yet.
Yeah.
That'd be
Oh no, I didn't. I played it because I still got the disc. That's why I played it.
Absolutely incredible.
Yeah. Alright, good news, Ben.
That's my top 10.
Cool. Well, that marks your last appearance on the 8BritGameChat for at least a little while.
Yeah. Sorry about
Somber moment.
that.
8-Brit crew.
You know, maybe you guys do your top 10 lists.
Yeah, I think we should at some point, yeah.
If you want to, if you want us to do it.
Yeah, and leave your top 10s in the comments below. But yeah, I think that's it, Bennett. Anything you want to say to the viewers? Before you
Play Mario Galaxy. If you haven't played it, play it.
Yeah.
If you have, play it again.
Yeah.
And again. One more time.
Yeah. Right.
Also play Chrono Trigger. It's really great.
How about the other 8 that are on the list?
Yeah, give them a look.
Right. Well, that's it from 8-Brit Gaming. Make sure to subscribe, guys, and like, and give us a comment. But until next time, goodbye. Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 30 of the 8-Brit What?
Start again.
What?
Didn't like the vibe.
No, hang on, we can't do this. Last time we started again like 6 times. It's not
Get
good.
out, Bennett.
Are you now the controller of the mood? Is that what your role is in the
Controller of my mood, man.
Right.
I haven't undone my thing.
Jesus Christ.
I'll get my...
You just wanted the big reveal of your shirt, didn't
on
you?
display.
Has the shirt got anything to do with the game of choice?
No, it's not number 1.
No.
Spoilers.